Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a nasty smelling topic, but an important one, and that is the septic tank. So I just had mine pumped, and one thing I wanted to go over today is you should have it pumped regularly, you should have it checked regularly, even if you use chemical additives. Now you guys know I use Ridex. I partial of a box at least once a month, and I keep a chart of that right there by the toilet where I add the Ridex to, and I have keep a date of last pump on the top there. Now you'll notice that it's been a little bit more than 3 years since it was last pumped. I don't know if that's just because my records are incomplete. I was gone for quite a few years, so I don't know if those records are just incomplete or what, or if they just didn't write them down, or where they are. So I like keeping a good detailed records. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I'll leave a link in the description below, is what's known as a Butler Book. Art of Manliness, the link of the description is below, is to his page about a Butler Book. And I heard about this a few years ago and I've started it. It's a book as if you were gonna sell your house, or if you were the butler of the house, this is what you would want. It allows you to say basically all of this information. Well, where's the septic? That's what this paper is. This paper will go in there. It'll have the diagram of where the septic is, and it'll have the phone number of who did this, the phone number, the name and price of who did the septic last, when they did it, etc., etc. That way you can keep track of the prices of that. If those people go out of business, as you see, there was a number crossed off there. Those people are no longer in business, so there'll be another number there. And stuff like that, but it would be for everything. So there'd be your septic, when you changed out the toilet last, when you changed out the dishwasher, make, model, date of the dishwasher, serial number of dishwasher, dryers, washer machine, anything of that sort. All of that information would be located in one spot in that book, so you could easily grab it and check it if you were the butler or just the homeowner. And if you go to sell the house, that will always increase the price, because if the homeowners come and check and they're doing a house showing and you leave that book out for them to look at, they'll be like, oh, he's got immaculate records of when everything was taken care of, who immediately to call if this goes wrong. And that sets the new buyers at ease. Jack Spirko of the Survival Podcast is the one I heard about that first from. So one of the projects, since I have so many notes and I've already started the Butler Book, is this winter I'm going to go through, clean it up, and actually make one of those. Now, back to what we were talking about, the septic tank. Obviously, I'm not going to have 2 copies of these. I'm going to have a note in the Butler Book of where to find this. And once one of these is filled out, put it in that book. But what I'm doing here is, when I had it pumped out, the 50-plus-year-old top to the septic tank chipped and cracked a little bit. It's just old concrete. And so what I'm doing is I am using this water stop hydraulic cement. Now this is supposed to go on your walls to help seal your walls. Sorry about that, I just ate a fly. But the top wasn't too bad, and overall it wasn't too bad, but this edge, this corner a little bit, that corner a little bit, they all chipped like this, you can see here. So I have it set so that those 3 sides and the base are just getting a nice coat. Once that's all dried, I do have it covered just so that the sun doesn't just bake it, cook it, and dry it out way too much. But once that's dried, I'm going to rotate it, do that last side, and all that's going to do is allow it for a little bit newer and better of a seal when I put it back down in. Now you can put a little bit of a, I think it's called a butane rope seal around it. I'm just going to put the concrete back in on itself, make sure it's touching all the way around. I'm going to just throw this trash bag over top of it and then backfill in. I'm not going to worry too much about it because I have really good drainage here. There's not much that drains right here because we're at the top of the hill. You got the dog pissing over there, it's perfect. But you see that white pipe right here, that's actually my sump pump coming out. I'm going to build out around it and seal that and raise and level all of this quite nicely here so that I can mow in through here. Right now it's really rough. I took out a bush there earlier, but that pipe is then going to be buried all the way down to there and then go into my drainage, which goes across the corral over there. I got to find that pipe over there. That'll be another video at one point. But since I don't have very much drainage here, I'm not worried about a huge amount of groundwater going here, because it drains that way from the house and it drains that way from the house. So the only little water that I'm getting is literally right here. Now I'm only 18 inches down as well, which is nice. I'm going to note that in all of the paperwork. But I know that my leach field is right here, so I'm going to try and keep this mowed down. I got to clean these up a little bit so I can mow in and around them. That'll be a project for another day. Maybe you guys get to see that. But just notes like that of where's the leach field and all of that will go in the Butler book, which has a nice ring to it. So any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comment section below. Any other neat ideas like this that you've heard of, drop those in the section below. Drop a video link to it or something like that. And yeah, have an amazing summer, everybody.